Well, what's going on, fellas? Long time no see. First of all, I want to apologize for having not made a video in a while. You guys will notice that there's a couple of projects in current stages on my bench. No, it's not the Toyota Hilux pickup truck, which was the project in the last video I made. That is now setting securely high up top my spray booth. I didn't make a final video on that, and I do apologize, but when I finished that truck, I still had the drive and desire to build, so I figured I'd better open up a project and continue working while I had this, because it's hit and miss, and anybody that builds knows that it comes and it goes. So after I finished the Toyota, I did start on this kit right here. So this kit here is the Chrysler 300B. It's the Mobius kit. It's Tim Flock's race car. I didn't want to do it the way that it was on the box art. So because of that, it meant not using the decals that were included and needing to come up with my own color scheme for this build. So what I did is I applied a similar technique for getting and achieving this blue that I applied for getting the red color on the cab over semi, if some of you remember that one. It's a 3-color process. It's overlaid, and that's what you do to get to this color. So the base for this is the light gunmetal. Then over the top of the light gunmetal, I sprayed clear blue. And then over the top of the clear blue, I sprayed a pearl clear. And it came out beautiful. I love the color. I think it's a phenomenal color, and I'm happy that it ended up the way that it did. So then I went ahead, did the engine, did some of the details on the running gear, the suspension, etc. And I hit a roadblock because I need some decals for the oil filter and for the radiator. Now I have some decals, but they're on like partial decal sheets from other builds, and none of which were anything that I wanted to use. So I figured instead of using something that I'm going to regret, I would put this on hold. Well, before I move on to what I put it on hold to work on, I'll show you guys. A lot of different type metallizers that were used in the painting of this particular build. Full details. I don't know if you guys are able to because of the angle, but I used the old man. I used Don Yost's method of the pinheads as simulated bolts or nut, whatever. I used that idea on the hood hinges. I used it on the this piece here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. I used it on it. There we go. You can see that's the lower steering assembly. I used it on it. And then there's a couple of other areas where I used it, like on this radiator cap, and a few other areas as well, like in the interior. So all of those are pinheads across the dash there. I also went full out with one of the Detail Master aluminum steering wheels. I've got a photo etch stereo face in there with a cassette tape. Went and did photo etch on top of the door panels, the interior door panel, and then bare metal foiled as much as I thought was necessary on the door panels, as well as around the deck lid, which is where the speaker is there, and then photo etch speakers up here on the dash. So I did that. Two-tone interior, pleased with it, and then I figured I better stop and wait for the items to come in that I need to finish this build and have it look good. One of those items actually has already come in, but there's a couple others that I'm waiting for. The item I was waiting for, one of them is these scalpel blades for doing the foil, because there's quite a bit of foil that's going on this car, being it's not being done the Tim Flock race car version. So I have those. I'm ready to foil as soon as the other pieces and such get here. So I pulled back on the 56 and I opened up this Ford Focus World Rally Car Championships car. It's the car that, you know, the kit gives you a couple of different options. You can do the car either the number 6, which was driven by Sainz Moya, or you can do the number 5 car, which is the Grist McRae car. I'm going to do the number 5. A lot of decals, lot of decals in this build. But when I pulled it out, I already went kind of off the script here. This is not painted just a true white. I sprayed this with a pearl white. I did the same thing with the roll cage, minus the semi-gloss black down here for the simulated, you know, the padding. And then I did the same down here for the roll bars on the door panels. So I've got that. Did the chassis also in the pearl white, minus the multitude of metallizers and such underneath. Of course, the wheels I shot in a metallizer as well. Most of this is the extreme metals from AK. So I was just doing a little decal work on the seats here, and let me grab this one up and I can show you so you can see. It's got grist at the top, Sparco seat. It's also got Sparco right there across from my thumb where it rolls over, and then the decal belt material. And I chose to use the decals on this only because I've got a full detail build going with the 56, and I didn't want to break out the ribbon and the photo etch to do the belts on the seats for this one. I just wanted it to be something quick, something easy. while I waited for the parts to come for that. So we've got the wipers painted, arms and blades. Just did this, which is the steering column. I got the semi-gloss black knob here, which I just painted that. The rest of it's been painted and details picked out. This is the exhaust tip, and I don't think you're going to be able to see it because of the lighting. I just drilled that out, and yeah, there you go. Just drilled it out, flat black the inside of it. So that's good. And then you got the other door panel here and the steering wheel here. And then we have the dash assembly. And went through, tried to pick out some buttons in different colors, red, yellow, blue, etc. And then I did the top of the dash to kind of break it up because it was a lot of blue. I did it, with a black, and I think it looks pretty good. So we will move on to decaling the body, which is next. And as you could tell from the decals placement on the instructions, there's quite a few of them, so I will have my work cut out for me. And in the meantime, I wait for parts and such to come in for this 56 back here. I hope you guys like it. I thank you one and all for continuing to support my channel and continuing to watch. I will try to ramp up more content here pretty quick. Work's been crazy. It's been hectic. Been out of town a bunch. So the limited time I have to build is, this is what you see. I'm not always able to make a video, but I am still at the bench, at least trying. So again, thank you guys, one and all, and gals. I guess I will see you on the next video update. So until then, God bless, take care, and we'll see you at the bench. Also, I don't know why I put this at the end, but this is not intended for children. 18 and older, this hobby is not one that is intended for children, at least not at the level that we do it. This is an expensive hobby. To have all of the items that you see here, it is very expensive. Not cheap. Not cheap whatsoever. Far, far from cheap. That bag right here alone contains probably over $1,500 worth of aftermarket parts. So yeah, no kid's going to be able to do that. So there you go, guys. All right, till the next time, take care. Bye bye.